Major scientific breakthrough is rewriting what we thought we knew about Africa's tallest animal. New research confirms that giraffes aren't one species, but 4 genetically distinct ones, and 3 of them live right here in Kenya. The discovery carries urgent conservation implications as dwindling numbers and rising threats now demand targeted action to save these gentle giants.
When you head out on safari, whether it's Nairobi National Park, Amboseli, or Samburu, one of the first animals you're likely to spot is the giraffe. Tall, graceful, instantly familiar. But here is what most people miss. Look closer. Really look. Their patterns are not the same. Each coat tells a story, each marking a fingerprint of evolution that has been hiding in plain sight for millions of years. And now, science has confirmed what nature has been whispering all along. A giraffe is not just a giraffe. For decades, we got it wrong. We thought giraffes were one species with 9 subspecies, variations on a theme, cousins in the same family. But this year, new research revealed something that's rewriting the textbooks. There are actually 4 distinct species of giraffes. 4 separate branches on Africa's family tree that split apart millions of years ago.
The giraffe taxonomy was prompted by the fact that the current, the former classification that was used had been around since the 1970s. And since then, really, there's been new technology that can help us understand better how giraffes are related, the genetic diversity of giraffe. So what we did, we started looking at the existing literature and also using now more recent technology such as genomic analysis and DNA analysis to really look at how the different populations are related. So that also involved looking at also skull morphology. And that's what sort of led to now this better understanding of the fact that instead of 1 species of giraffe, there are 4 distinct species of giraffes.
Think about that for a moment. The genetic differences between these giraffe species, they are as significant as the differences between lions and elephants. And Kenya is home to 3 of them. Meet the northern giraffe, including the Nubian, which many know as the Rothschild giraffe. You can spot them right here in Kenya at the Giraffe Center in Nairobi and around the shimmering waters of Lake Baringo. Look for their signature. Distinct white stockings, pale legs that look as if they've been dipped in milk. Then there is the reticulated giraffe. And trust me, once you see one, you'll never forget it. A true work of art, nature's masterpiece. Its coat is a geometric wonder. Creamy lines crisscrossing deep chestnut patches in a net-like pattern that looks almost too perfect to be real. You'll find them in Samburu, Isiolo, and Garissa. Next, the Maasai giraffe, Kenya's most widespread giant. From Amboseli and Tsavo to the Maasai Mara. It wears a coat of dark, irregular leaf-shaped patches, as if nature painted each one by hand. No 2 ever quite the same. And finally, far to the south, in South Africa and Angola, the southern giraffe. Now you might be thinking, okay, interesting science. But why does this really matter? Here is why. Because when you thought all giraffes were one species, we looked at the total numbers and thought, they're doing okay. But separate them in 4 species, and the picture becomes urgent, alarming, and even critical. Each of these species faces different challenges, different threats, different habitats, different futures. And protecting them means understanding their differences.
Kenya is home to 3 distinct species of giraffes. And what this means is that actually Kenya really is the home of giraffe evolution. So this is quite important because now that we know that there's 4 distinct lineages of giraffes, 3 of them are here and they need to be protected better. So from the work we've been doing with our very many partners like the Kenya Wildlife Service and the Wildlife Research and Training Institute, is now trying to better understand where they occur, how many they are, and the specific threats that they are facing. Because now we know that there are different species, obviously they face very unique threats.
With this new science, the IUCN can finally update the red list, giving each species the specific protection it needs, helping nations plan smarter, act faster, and save these gentle giants before it's too late. But even as we learn more about their diversity, the reality on the ground is sobering. Their numbers continue to fall.
The reticulated giraffe is the most abundant giraffe species in Kenya. So there's about 20,000 remaining in the wild, and about 95% of them are found in Kenya. So that's about 19,000. And then now there's the Maasai giraffe, which is the second most abundant, and there is about 15,000 of them found mainly across southern Kenya. And then there is the Nubian giraffe, which was formerly called the Rothschild giraffe, which is now just above 1,000 individuals remaining in the wild. It's the most rare giraffe species that we have in the wild. But really, Kenya has done quite a good job in increasing the numbers of Nubian giraffe. So the Nubian giraffe is now listed on the IUCN, the International Union for the Conservation of Nature Red List of Species Threatened by Extinction. It's listed as critically endangered. So what that means is that really the numbers are really low given the distribution of the species.
Fewer than 3,000 Nubian giraffes left on Earth. That's fewer than the number of elephants roaming in our savannah. But a new challenge looms: climate change, habitat loss, and poaching. Giraffes now walk further in search of food, sometimes straight into conflicts with humans who share the same land. These findings will be crucial in the upcoming IUCN meetings, where world scientists and policymakers will decide how best to protect them and separate species with unique needs.
A conservation perspective, the IUCN sort of informs all other policies that guide the conservation of species. So, for instance, giraffes are now listed as one species on the CITES, that's the Convention of the International Trade of Endangered Species, and CMS, the Convention of Migratory Species. But now, because we have 4 species, it means that each of these 4 species should be assessed independently. Because now what we used to think as one unique species are now 4, and each of them face different threats and maybe require some more assessments to understand how they can be listed. So for instance, in Southern Africa, we've seen the southern giraffe numbers go up. So that does not maybe meet the same criteria of listing on CITES as, for example, the northern giraffe or the Maasai giraffe. So these assessments can better help understand what level of threat or maybe what level of listing should be put there appropriately.
But amid the challenges, there's a spark of hope. In classrooms, in conservancies, in the hearts of ordinary Kenyans who see the giraffe as part of who we are. For NTV, I'm Jane Gatwiri.